Hello, greetings everyone. I know this is a new look for me, just popping out of nowhere. So I do have a cartoon, but I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm working on this technical situations in the background, so I don't want to bore you with any of that. So anyway, we're gonna do a channeling, conscious channeling, and it should be quite fascinating. It's been a kind of an interesting day. Yeah, technically wise, okay, I'm going to go into some of it. The website situation is going to move my site to Shopify. Shopify has so many different. It's good for a shop. You're trying to put your site on it. I'm not having much luck with that. So I've had some luck, but not enough luck. So it'd be nice if they can open it up more. So anyway, spend most of the day trying to get that to work. And compromise is in the air. But I have to move away from WordPress because it's not that stable. It's okay, but I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and just. They have a great Shopify has a great members portal. Awesome. Of course, I haven't tried it. It looks great. It looks great from the outside. Of course, the other one looked great on the outside. It sucked. But this one's the one I'm going to go with this other platform. I'm going to go into details. I'm tired. I just made a decision on it. It's already built into the site, so it should work without a problem. There'll be an alternative. The old one will still be there. The new one that I have on WordPress, anyway, I'll make that arrangements with those. I have accounts on that. So I'm just using the old one that's ran by a 12-year-old or whoever he is, or whoever that is. Anyway, I'm just going to have to deal with it the best I can. So it's okay. It's all right because I don't think I'm going to get much help from him. So that's why I have to make compromises. So it could be worse. It could be better. But anyway, it's okay. Man, the stuff you have to deal with behind this, just goodbye Saturday. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock at night, and anyways, the way it goes. After this weekend, I should have it pretty much cleared up. No more of any of this, whatever this is. So anyway, so another platform I'm going to. Some of the web links are a little bit different that I have on my I've posted everywhere. They'll adjust anyway. Anyway, this new setup should be just fine. So, okay, what's going on right now? Oh, that's right. I was going to light some candles, but I don't have any. I have nothing to light it with. It burned out. All right, well, never mind on that. So, all right, do a clearing before we begin. I need a clearing after today. Yeah, I know. I got a lovely little message from the channeling of Christy Grimmy, and some don't think that's her. It's like, first off, I don't care if they don't think that. Most don't connect to their guides, their spirits. They don't care about any of that. They think they know everything, which is fine. So, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Love, peace, and happiness. If that's not good enough for you, whatever you got is fine. Whatever floats your boat is just fine. Usually when they go in spirit, they sound a lot different. Of course, I'm a male. I'm not a female. So if it was a female channeler, most likely you get a little bit more of her characteristics. I'm a little bit more of an ogre type of person, as you can see. I'm not like Incredible Hulk, but I guess I can be to some degree. But it has to be somebody I'm like I can connect to reptilians and weirdness better. I can connect to a female singer that's around 20 years old. I don't think I can connect to that personality, but I'll give it a shot someday. But from this point of view, for this right now, I'm not. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm battling right now. So it's all good. Well, the world is going to eventually realize that they themselves can do connections. There's no such thing as death, really, when you think about it. Not really. Yes, might be leaving this world, but they're going to a place with less clutter. Yeah, I'm catching up on the healings, and I'm a little bit backed up right now. It should tomorrow will be my catch up day. Today is my technical day. Tomorrow night will be more my catch up day. I'll do what I can. So we gotta do one after this actually. So little by little, mostly Sunday, you should start receiving emails from me with your your sessions, just to put it out there. And I'm building a new system so nothing gets lost anymore. So far, the other site, Spirit Social, is doing very well. And of course, I'm backed up, but at least I haven't lost anything. And sometimes it happens with my email, so doing good. Okay, let's say is topic North Korea. No. Yeah, that's getting interesting, but that's not the topic of today. After yesterday's channeling, I'm going to have to hold a crystal because I don't want to get possessed by anything. It's a joke. Well, I'll tell you right now, I do feel people awakening. I mean, I'm awakening. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the fourth density. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the one density. So today I feel like I'm in the one density right now. So hopefully that'll change soon. Spend your Saturday and never mind. Whatever. That's the way it goes. Some things need to be done. So where was I going with all this? I already forgot. I already lost my. Anyway, I feel people are awakening. More of this alien stuff. Give it some time to soak in. A lot of the spiritual people I'm aware, at least. Okay, I don't know many people here. Okay, two. One's aware of it. Doesn't really talk to me that much. Kind of scared of the whole thing. And another friend of mine is here. That's aware of this stuff, but still, I tell him to channel aliens. It just doesn't seem to care. He kind of, well, it's interesting enough. I've mentioned this before, but he had a dream of a Zeta channeling to me. So that was interesting. He was on a moon or something like that. That was cool. So, and that's pretty much what happens. I haven't channeled those Zetas that much. They've been laying low. I did have a weird dream. I'll mention this. I don't care. I did see myself at Disney with a gun, shooting something. It wasn't gas. I believe it was just dark energies, basically. And it was a gunfight. Understand? Normally, this time of the month, I'm in Orlando. It's the first time I have not gone to Orlando in 8 months. I've been going 8 months. Even when I didn't go to Disney, I was in Orlando. Not this time. It's the first time. So last night I had a dream about connecting. Disney is not on my mind at all. Orlando, none of it. And I just had a dream. I was there shooting. That sounds really positive. And it's funny. Yeah, it's darkness basically. And I was with somebody else. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Samuel L. Jackson. I have no idea. And then I was out and I was coming back. They won't let me in because I didn't have my gun. I couldn't. They won't let me back in because And I looked at the gun holster; it wasn't there. So I remember that. So I know this is it's like what? What are you talking about? Taking a gun to this? No, it's a dream. I'm gonna put dream. That's something I want to do. It's not on my mind of going there. I think about that place. I want to scream, but anyway, I don't own a gun or anything like that. But anyway, it was basically just fighting. So I thought that was interesting. When I go there, I do fight them off. I'm not always aware of it, but that was like a bad relationship. So anyway, figure I'll make that one. Not just someone get a chuckle out of that. Yeah, I have emails. I have Facebook. I'm getting back to people. I gotta get this technical. I had the store is fixed. I know I'm bringing it up again. The store is fixed. I don't have a problem with that. No stupid problems. That's running smooth, and now I gotta get my main site back on. You know, it's funny. It was fine when it was on Squarespace, but I can't. Something about Squarespace. I don't like it. I just don't. I have to bite the bullet and do something else. But anyway, from where I'm going, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, I have a good feeling about it. So it's not perfect. Nothing is. So anyway, let's see here. Oh yeah, our subject of today is usually I don't have subject matters for all this, but I'm gonna do that conscious channeling because I'm too tired to channel. It is I already forgot what I'm talking about. Atlantis. I can give you what I got downloaded for today. I believe I was a part of it. What Raphael was speaking about, because it was a healing going to me about ancient world that I'm not fully aware of. From what I'm gathering, I was a part of some of the darkness. I was a part of experimenting, with creating life and experimenting with it. And from what I got, I believe Atlantis was around for 2,000 years, my guess. And there was this like, from what I thought first, now this is just coming from me, my version of it. Everyone has their own version. I believe, I don't know if it's 2,000. Understand, life goes a lot faster because it's, you know, it's a higher density also. And what I'm getting is, well, first I thought it was before Atlantis. Kept feeling like, is this before Atlantis? And it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't really, because it's different versions of Atlantis. Meaning, yeah, you know how different, like the 70s, the 80s, you know, how things change. Kind of like, it's like that. And the Atlanteans, you know, it's funny. I remember, yeah, somebody was telling me that it's like, hey, why don't you come to like Alien? You know, like I'm a grade doing some kind of weird project on somebody probably. And you know, and somebody I know comes to me and says, hey, I found this place called Earth. It's like, I don't care about this. It sounds stupid, but anyway. And it's great. Everybody has emotions, and we're all floating around like we're, you know, what is it called? Throwing up rainbows. That's a joke. But anyway, you know, it's great. You know, we all look beautiful. We're all the shit. It's like, okay, maybe I'll check it out. Or I don't know. I wasn't interested in it. But anyway, apparently I did check it out, and I wasn't Zeta, but I was. I don't know how. Because I'm trying not to associate myself with this, but apparently I was a part of it. What I got, I don't understand. Downloading something like this is not pleasant. It's not. It was in the car. It was, I think I'm working on my website stuff, but mostly in the car. It just sort of just, you know, it's like I feel this darkness. It's like, what is this? And if I'm feeling it, I must have been a part of it. It's like, great. So the experimenting basically was they were creating life. It didn't go so well, and it destroyed it. And it was genocide, and it wasn't right. And from what I got also, it wasn't just me, it was others involved with it. But anyway, what it was, I believe the Neanderthal was a part of it. My feeling somewhere involved with it. And so, creating different types of life, and the genocide part was not the good part, obviously. And another thing I got is it was done in secret. I don't know how they did it, but they did it in secret. They try to keep a lid on. Now this goes into the Illuminati energy also. The reason I go into the Illuminati energy is not to say they're involved, but I don't. Well, I got information about them also. Now I understand this is my version of it. Whatever you want, you can throw stones at me. Go right ahead. Hopefully some will open up. Hopefully we don't have this connection, but some people have been affected by this type of stuff. So, and you can say by me channeling, it's another way for me to go through my healing. And I believe, yeah, I didn't really need to come back here to do this, to channel, to be called a fake or whatever, by people that watch Netflix and don't connect to anything. That's fine. I can't channel a 20-year-old girl, right? Whatever. Where I'm going with all this is like I'm coming here to heal myself still from all this. I believe I've already cleared out that karma, but I'm clearing, I don't know. It's just I'm giving back, you can say. And by being mocked and being praised also, but being mocked mostly, but that's okay. I accept all of it. It's okay. One thing for sure, the Bible is, man, that thing's got holes. Let's just put it that way. Obviously. Some major figures in that, not just Yeshua, but others. Or Noah. Jeez, just come on, people. It wasn't Noah, just let you know. But anyway, go back to Atlantis. I don't know what was created. I haven't got that far with it. It's just thinking about it's like, that's enough as it is. Like, jeez. I mean, doing that type, it was experimenting. It was just trying things. I'm not sure what they're trying to accomplish. Now, understand, this is in the early stages of Atlantis. Another thing I got was dimensions were open during this creation process. That were negative. Which brings us to our lovely environment here today. I'm not sure I was fully involved with that, but I was probably had a hand in it somewhere. So now what I'm gathering, now this is what I'm getting, is that some channelers, I'm not saying they're wrong at all. I'm adding pieces to it, like to the puzzle, basically. Like some channelers say some beings came here, they ain't go into detail, like they come here to go to sleep. And you're here to wake us up, or be there to wake us up, which I can connect with, definitely. But how did we get to going to sleep to begin with? I believe during Atlantis time, it wasn't ever really intended to go into this state where we're at. In the early stages, well, not really. As they did experiments, as we're screwing around, as we're doing things we really shouldn't be doing, I believe that set the stage for the third density environment. It's like, what you guys are doing is not healthy at all. And you choosing this, you're changing Earth's path. That's what I'm getting. I don't think it was always intended for that. I think there were civilizations before Atlantis. I don't know what they are still. I'm not going to go into that because I don't know. It doesn't matter. I believe some people have connected to that. There probably were giants here at a higher degree. I don't know. I'm not giving a whole lot of info on it, but I am told about Atlantis that, of course, in our world, it doesn't exist. Well, also Atlantis, I believe, a lot of the parts of Atlantis were seen not to exist either. It's like part of it was what was going on. They kind of like covered it up. It's like, we don't want you to know about this shit. So go and think it's all perfect and blah, 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 like we're, BS religion today. In some regard, there was the thing, and now understand what I'm getting from this. No cabal was involved. Because another thing I'm getting, like, the Illuminati energies, I don't think they're involved with this. They might have been watching, but I don't think they were involved. They're like, watching for to get their claws in this place. I also think the cabal here is not as bad as, I know it's not great, but I believe there's ones that are far worse. I say Illuminati to make it more clear. Illuminati here, yeah, they're not great, but there's worse out there. And from what I'm gathering, the experiments that were going on in Atlantis are pretty worse. This was genocide of what they're. I don't know how these beings. I don't know what these beings looked like. I don't know anything about that. I believe they were humanoid, but they were kind of like creatures. It didn't go as good as they thought it was going to go. So that's my feeling on it. It was not. Yeah, I remember getting a. I'm getting a kick on it basically. Yeah, the spirit. There's only so much I need to know, but I do see canine human being brought together, and not in a very healthy way. I'm not sure about cat, but definitely I do see the canine in the human, possibly the mouse in the human. Well, because we have a lot of mouse connections also, but I could have been a Nordic during this, like a tall blonde involved with all this. That's possible. Either way, I was technically a. It's possible. I do get starting to get that sense of it. You know, the Nordics, the alien Nordics. I don't know, but technically it was a Atlantean. Either way, it wasn't going well. These experiments. I think some were successful. A lot of them weren't. Um, some did create, I believe, the different races here, but some races have been wiped out completely. And you do see the ruins of some of them here. I don't know what they are, but they're somewhere. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. And then probably most likely there's like barely anything left. Uh, South America, I'm getting South America. There's a lot of weird shit there. So in South America, definitely. I don't think the Incas, but possibly Incas was later on. Well, either way. Anyway, Africa, not really. It's me. I'm feeling South America mostly, but anyway. So anyway, there was a lot of these experiments. I believe their work kept quiet. How do you keep it quiet with a society that's highly advanced? Well, they found a way to do it. Either way, the experiments seem to have caused damage to the planet, from what I'm gathering. I think some did see this all happening before, obviously, before any of this started to happen, and saw 3D coming into this world again. I believe it was created at a higher density. I don't know what the story is on that either. I should know, but I don't know. Most likely. I'm not sure if it starts. I mean, imagine it starts in 2D, goes in 3D, goes in 4. I don't know how that works. I believe it was a higher density world in the beginning. But understand this is like ancient Atlantis. Of course, most don't believe it exists at all, but it does feel like it is Atlantis. The Lemurians wanted no part in it, and they're keeping their vibration up. And whatever was going on with the experiments, it got out of hand, and that's when the Atlanteans started to go into the dark side. Yeah, the experiments had a lot to do with it. It was just, it's one thing after the other. Just now understand what I'm gathering from this. These weren't scientists that are trying to take over the world. They're just trying to create, and it just didn't go very well. At times it didn't. I understand you're part of a civilization that thinks it's perfect, I know everything, or we have emotions, or just the best shit in town. But from what I'm gathering, yeah, it was great, and maybe it was a little bit too ambitious at times. They saw other beings creating species, like, why can't we do this? Yeah, we're brand new, right out of the box. And it didn't go so well. So, what I'm getting from all that, what I'm gathering from, either way, whatever. It started a chain of events that led into a lot of beings leaving Atlantis, going to Greece, and most likely to other countries, obviously. I believe a lot of those, like the Asians, and those were created. Those are all separate creations. That's not part of the Atlantean creation. I don't believe so. It could be. I'm not connecting with that. Like I said, I believe most of what was created at Atlantis was destroyed. That's for the beings, most of them at least. I don't know. Whatever I was connected with was destroyed. Let's put it that way. As for the Africans and the Russians, I believe there was all different types, different types of beings that are involved with that. And obviously, I mean, from my feeling, Asia is super Zeta, super reptilian. That's just my opinion of it. Russian, Palladian. I'm not really Arcturian, actually. Anyway, doesn't really matter. And yeah, Asians are definitely Arcturian, definitely. Of course, we're a little bit of everything, but man, it does seem like just a bunch of Zetas over there, but not all. There's a mix of everything. Yeah, we're a seed planet, so we're a little bit of everything, obviously. But from what I'm gathering, from my experiences, at least that's what I'm downloading. Yeah, we did some experiments that were just wicked experiments. Just it's like, what are you thinking? It's like, well, how do you know unless you try? So I believe the experiments did injure the planet quite a bit, and what led to Atlantis' downfall over time. So dimensionally, dimensions were all just, those of you in the third dimension that don't believe in any of this don't even know what a dimension is and don't even care because you're part of, the consumer world, which is fine. But there are multiple dimensions here. And even I'm still trying to understand all of this. Of course, I have to do work and, try to keep my sanity, whatever that means. You can't think of everything. You can't connect to everything. But as for our, path here, we are going through a reawakening period, as you see. And in reawakening, Atlantean histories helps. Of course, everything helps. This is all crazy stuff. And it's going to get, many of you already know the insanity of all of this. People can't handle it. People even aware can't handle this stuff. It gets crazier and crazier. I believe many are aware of that, and they don't want to connect to the insanity, but there's a lot more out there. I mean, imagine talking to a 7-foot cat that's humanoid. I mean, come on, how many people here are ready for that? Not many. Or a canine, or a T-Rex being, or, a raptor being, or whatever else is out there, People aren't ready for that stuff here. Unfortunately, it'd be awesome to see all of that. I'm looking forward to it. I ask to connect to the Zetas, not every day, but I do leave a door open, but I never remember anything. The presence around me are pretty heavy for sure. But as for the Atlantean connections, that's all I got for right now. I see the dimensions being manipulated. Many of those that are in charge of the Atlantean Council got corrupted over time. Obviously, now this is another thing. Think about this. Okay, you're experimenting with technologies, crystals, whatever, trying to create life, just screwing around basically, just seeing trying to meshing things up, seeing what does what. You can imagine opening up a dimension. Now I understand you're like a 5th, 6th density being. You open up a dimension of dark entities. This is what I saw. These dark entities start attaching themselves to you. And this is something you've never experienced before. I've had that happen in this life, and it's not fun. Because it feels like you're not you anymore. You have somebody, you're like somebody else. I experienced that here, so I can remember what happened to me in other incarnations, which is fun, and also connect to those that do have that. It's not easy. You just use a candle, meditate, visualize the dark entity, throw a light on it, have it. It's not that hard to do, depending on how scared you are. It's not that difficult to do, but if you're not worried about it, you're fine. Well, some people can't wait to have that happen to them. It's like, whatever. Some would probably pay to have that happen to them. Jeez. So anyway, anytime entities got pissed off at me, they would do that. I would wake up and feel like something was attached to me. I don't have that anymore. I'm pretty protected nowadays. I don't have to worry about that anymore. That was before I started opening up the channeling. Ever since that channel, I've had no issues. I've had reptilians come to me and do stuff to me, but anyway. Of course, no one believes in that. Well, like I said, they're in another dimension. Trust me, they'll be more than happy to show themselves. But our world is not ready for it. As you can tell, it's too busy part of the propaganda. it's too infused in the brainwashing going on. But like you said, all these aliens we love to see be a part of our culture. They love it. So, but we have to let go of the guns and the fear. So people are just not. I mean, they might talk this big talk. Well, you're not channeling that 20-year-old singer very well. That's just talk. And these people don't connect to anything spiritual. They don't meditate. No, I'm not going to bother with them. They don't do anything. They just know everything. That's all. They have no idea. They're part of the old way of thinking. It's old-fashioned stuff. It's the old way of thinking. And they're going to think that you're telling people that they're not connected to spirit. Everybody's connected to spirit. And everybody can channel. And these people are saying this stuff, whatever, what I'm doing. They don't know anything. They're just primitive people, basically. It's a primitive way of thinking. That's why I say nothing bad about that, but I'm just saying it's a primitive way of thinking. It's time to grow up. I'm not trying to be their dad or anything, but it's time to grow up, people. It's like these beings are here, angels are here. It's easier to connect to angels and Agarthian beings. You don't need your aliens, but your angels will help you heal. You don't have to be this drama queen on little things or what kind of toothpaste you brush or whatever, like the drama on TV and the mind control that's going on constantly. You can't let go of this stuff. But you gotta grow up. It's like what Alex Collier said this is years ago about was it? I'm not gonna word this right, but it was like spiritual maturity. He had a better word for it. I forgot what it was, but anyway, that's pretty much it. It's maturing. It's just it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. You connect to the negative, you're going to get negative. You connect to the positive, you get positive. Of course, it's good to be open to all things, not to close out negative. Because the more you have a relationship with both, it's easier to connect with everything. If you're just going to shove out negativity, which is fine, but at least acknowledge it. Don't shove it out the door because it's easier to connect, especially like I have relatives I don't even want to talk to. And actually after that channeling, because they leave some with me, and it's like it helps me understand them and how not to be so distant from it. Because I know eventually I'm gonna have to deal with them eventually, and it's just most of the time I don't want to deal with it, but eventually I'm gonna have to. So this is helping me, deal with people and just tell them what I do because nobody knows what I'm doing. I think my mother might have some idea, but anyway, I don't really care. But, it's just they call it all nonsense. Like, no, it's not. It's just calling it nonsense is just showing that you got a while to be in school. You have more years in school, basically. They can't show themselves. They do here and there, but that's not enough. I mean, the channeling does help. It's very healing, and healing is healing. So we're all here just basically to heal and grow up, basically. Not to say that we're kids, but some spiritually we are. But when you become more just relaxed and just accept everything that's here, there's nothing to be afraid of. It might be weird. Weird is cool, though. Especially see reptilian and just fucking weirdness. I mean, I've seen these beings at the corner of my eyes, so I know they're here. It's just crazy how it's all dimensions. It's just, it's all here right in our face, and we just have to grow up and see it. So, I believe we're going to school each other, basically. And it's basically, there's no wrong way. Connecting to negative stuff, okay, that might be the wrong way. As many would rather do that, but, sports and just our nonsense. Before I started doing this, I would get mad, just like, or sometimes I still do to some degree. It's like, is this what life's all about? Just, going downtown and getting drunk and watching crap television and just, going to your job and be a slave. It's like, man, this sounds really exciting. It's just, fuck. I told you you're going to go to hell since you're a kid, which I've had That's fun. Yeah, obviously the beings don't want you here. That's why they say things like that. That's why they have their devil. They just want you. They don't want you on this world. They want it for themselves. So yeah, it's bravery coming here. It's also is brave. It's more bravery by just connecting to your angels, your aliens, whatever it is, and not giving a shit what anyone else thinks. Let them say what they're gonna say, because they're gonna throw all the garbage. I mean, it's like because I got a notification on my phone. It's just like I don't. Usually I turn all that stuff off. It's like they tell me I'm a fake and all that. It's like what I was gonna say something. Like, what, just whatever. I just probably a boatload of it on the channel, but it doesn't really matter. These are just their souls are just not ready to let go of their old way, and it's easier said because they want to see these aliens, but they don't connect to their angels. They don't connect to anything. They don't just slow down and just feel the energies around them. You feel the positive guides that are around them, and they just ignore everything that is around them that you can feel. Like the soul of a child, the energy comes from another dimension into physicality. Of course, they're crying their eyes out because they came here. So it's just not being afraid of what you're connecting to. So the numbers are going to increase of awakening, and those that are not awakened will become the minority because we're in the early stages of this. But those that wish to be more powerful and more knowing of their abilities and to help others, you will feel your abilities awaken. You just got to it's just time. Just imagine many are starting to feel something different. I'm feeling it. It's just the world's going to change, and you're here to assist others to awaken and also to heal yourself. It's not just for others. You're here for you also, definitely. So, yeah, get ready. I do feel a big change coming. Yeah. So I say get ready just because nothing to worry about. I don't see an economy collapsing or anything. Yeah, North Korea is getting interesting, but just send your love to it. And Syria, I believe a lot of us that don't want a war are helping out a lot. So some might have dreams in North Korea, unfortunately, but you're assisting. Hopefully, I send you blessings for that. But I do see our world ascending, and but it's going to people here are going to get wicked. It's just the way it is. But you just got to just be cool with them. Just be cool. They're going to start a fist fight of words. Like, just be cool. When they got Netflix, Star Wars. When someone having an erection over Star Wars, it's like, oh, man, really? Like, there's stuff out there that's just better. Because I don't remember everything, but anyway. There's just so much out there that we're... Well, I believe we will become more known. So, all right, hopefully I'm not talking one's ear off too much. So, all right, blessings. Much love. I know it's, hopefully you can expand on all this. If anything comes through, I'll let you know about Atlantis. I think I need a break from all that for right now. So, all right, much love. Take care, everyone. Have a great what's left.